Hey guys, it's KK. Welcome to this week's Scrappy Challenge. This week's challenge was to create a Valentine's layout. So I'm scrapping some photographs that are of my cousin's wedding that was on Valentine's Day a few years ago. For this page, or these two pages actually, because I'm doing a double page spread, I'm using my Mercy Tiara 27-day challenge kit that I created, and I put a video up. I believe it was 2 or 3 videos ago, so I'll link that down below. Anyhow, my main emphasis for the pattern paper here is to create just a unified kind of canvas for this layout. So I'm taking some pattern paper and I'm creating like this bottom section, and I'm also using some 6x6 paper pads to create just kind of making the pages mirror one another. That middle border strip is just some scrap paper that I had in my stash that I decided I would use to bring in some pink, and also there's like a gold color in it. So these are the 4 photographs that I'm going to be using. I left the 2 vertical photos 4x6, and the 2 horizontal photos I've cropped down just a bit so they look a little bit nicer, I guess. There was just some awkward people and just, I don't know, stuff I didn't want in them. So I trimmed them down. Now I'm going to come in here and try to lay my title down, and I left this part in here today so you could see this is sometimes what happens to me and why I end up changing my mind about where to place my title. I like for my alphas to touch as many elements as possible. So you see how I have those letters kind of resting on the photographs and on the pattern paper. So I'm coming in with the second set of alphas to create kind of a stacked title, but when I try to place the G above there, it doesn't look right. And over to the left, it just looks like it's hanging there with nothing. And if I bring it down so it can rest on the photo, it just doesn't look right to me. So what happens is at this point I decide I really need somewhere to put this title so it can look like it all flows together and it all goes together. So what I decide to do is use a Project Life card that was a 4x6, and I just put the title on there and I kind of stack it the way I want to. And even though it's not touching more elements on the page, it looks fine because it's confined to that one area, and that's the way it's supposed to be. So I take the bottom half of that 4x6 Project Life card and I go ahead and stick it up at the top left, and I decide to move my journaling up there. I also decided to shift the word day just a little bit to the right so I could create another spot to the left of that word for some embellishment. Now to give this journaling card some prominence on the page, what I'm going to do is just mat it on some cream and black striped pattern paper. And that just kind of makes it pop just a little bit. It doesn't take attention away from the photographs or anything else, but it does kind of make you realize that this is a separate part. It's not part of that pattern paper. So at this point, I'm just identifying where I need to put my embellishments at. And for this page, I really wanted to keep the embellishments really simple. I didn't want to overpower the photographs with embellishments because Lord knows I can do that, but I just wanted to keep it all really simple, and I wanted to use mostly paper for the embellishments. So I used my punches and some pattern paper, and I just created these little embellishments that were kind of layered, and I used the same pattern papers on all 3 of them, and I also used some similar punches and the same pattern papers, but I think I just said that. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. I'm sorry if I'm a little bit out of it. I've been feeling very poorly these past weeks, but I have some new medicine, so I hope to be 100% in the next few days and hopefully be on the mend for good. So anyhow, back to the layout. I use my label punch, and just again using punches. A lot of times when I want to create embellishments that are based on pattern paper, I turn to my punches because really that's what helps me layer some things and add some interest to these embellishments. And once I get this one up here at the top by the journaling card done, I'm going to come back in and I'm just looking for that something special that I want to add, just something, a different texture. And I have these gems in this kit and I decide to use them. And of course, after I place the gems, I'm going to come in with some Heidi Swap Color Shine Mist, because when would I ever make a page and not use mist? It's my best friend. So once I get the mist on there and everything on there, I decide that I'm going to take these pages apart. And I don't know if I left this part in or I cut it out, but one thing I do when I have a double page layout like this is, if you can see at the very, very top in the center, you can see a little piece of washi sticking out. Like, I will literally, I think I left it in. I literally washi tape the whole thing down the back just so I can keep those pages together, because I hate when they start sliding and I can't get things lined up properly. So after I've taken them apart, I just kind of look at them and I decide I have one more little spot that I'd like to add something to. So I take a little label here and I just kind of put their initials down there at the bottom. Nothing major, just something really simple to add one more little something to the page, and also just kind of unify it, because I had some of that black and cream stripe paper on the right hand side, but I didn't have any on the left. And that is my final page. So thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that you guys are doing well, and I will talk to you all again very soon. Until next time, bye bye and take care.